Montgomery County in western Arkansas till 10:30 tonight. We're going to keep a close eye on this one as it moves to the northeast. Not to be outdone, we had a tornado warning earlier for Pulaski, and now we're just looking at some spotty severe thunderstorm warnings. If you live in Montgomery County, hopefully you folks are up and you're in your safe place tonight along Highway 88 and 270. Really the best area of concern as you get a little bit closer to you. There's Hog Jaw Road, Clear Creek Road, He Gap Road. Any of these roadways, you'll probably want to make sure that you're in your safe place as soon as you possibly can, as this possible tornado is right over the top of you. Tonight we've been dealing with numerous severe thunderstorm warnings, lots of hail, and the tornado watch remains in effect. There have been some counties that have been eliminated from the tornado watch, all of them over north central and northwest Arkansas. This area of the state still under a tornado watch, and yet another tornado warning. To give perspective, here's Mount Ida, there's Pencil Bluff and Story, and here are the places that will be affected. Hog Jaw affected right now, Gibbs, Arkansas, Ouachita, and Story on up the road. So Nathan, here we go again, another tornado warning. And the last one we had took forever. It was just they're moving very, very slow.
This one's going about 30 miles per hour, Tom. And when we take a look at the wide view of the radar, it just formed to the southern parts of that line. It just kind of developed all by itself and will be merging with that line. So hopefully it will weaken as it pushes its way into northeastern Montgomery County and then also into northwest Garland County. But let me show you the loop here with the radar, and you can see how that just kind of all evolved over the past quickly 15 minutes. It came from Polk County, and then it just really got its act together as it entered its way from Polk County into Montgomery County. But it's going to run into that line of solid rain, and that should suppress it once it makes its way into that part of Yell County. So I don't think this is going to last very long, but nonetheless, we do have a tornado warning issued for Montgomery County, spanning out for the rest of the area. We're looking at still a potential of severe weather down to the south. The severe weather potential has pretty much ended into northern parts of the state. So the severe weather potential is done, I would say, if you're watching us in northern parts of Polk County, Van Buren County, Cleburne County, Independence County. You are done with the threat of severe weather. But anyone along that line that you see of solid rain and thunder and down to the south still has to stay weather aware going into, I think, the early morning hours, Tom. We have that tornado watch until midnight for a large part of central Arkansas. I can show you that real quick. And if you're in that tornado watch, you have to stay weather aware. You can go to bed. Just make sure you have several ways of getting notified and that wake you up just in case a tornado warning is issued. I'm pulling up that current tornado watch right now. The computer's thinking. I
have it on Max 2 if you want to take it. There you go, Max 2. It's those northern two rows of counties that have been eliminated, including Johnson County. Looks as if it's going to be central, southern, and southwestern Arkansas. This area of southeast Arkansas is untapped. There hasn't been much in the way of any rain, and I think once we see this line that Nathan was showing you move a little farther south, we'll get another row of counties that'll be taken out of that tornado watch. This is till midnight tonight. Weather Service just reaffirmed they're going to keep the watch up till midnight for the likelihood or the possibility of some of these severe storms. I mentioned it earlier that we would see the threat of supercell thunderstorms producing the hail and the tornadoes becoming more linear, becomes a wind damage, and then it becomes a heavy rain producer. If we can go back to a radar, Nathan, we do have flash flood warnings now taking over areas that have been worked over with a lot of heavy rainfall. There's the tornado watch, and lots of strong to severe thunderstorms here and some very heavy rain. We have noticed that we had some counties that were under flood warnings that are riding along that area there. There you go. There's a flood warning, and also a flash flood warning is in effect for Yell County. And just south of this is that tornado warning storm over in Montgomery County near Mount Ida tonight. So flooding rain is possible. Still could have some large hail with these thunderstorms. And again, there's the tornado warning storm that is moving over Mount Ida. This is northern Montgomery County.
And I think one thing to mention, Tom, we did have that tornado warning earlier right over Little Rock, West Little Rock. We have not gotten any damage reports. And looking at the power outages, there are no significant power outages over Pulaski County. So likely, it looks like that rotation did stay in the clouds.
That is certainly some good news. Notice, too, that we've got more cells developing to the south of us along I-30. We'll keep an eye on those. They'll strengthen quickly. The whole area is moving to the east, southeast very slowly. There's going to be the potential for some heavy rain outside of the tornado threat tonight. And again, the large hail threat will begin to come down a bit as well. Very heavy rain, northern Saline County, Perry County, western Pulaski County going to get some heavy rain. There's the severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for Pulaski. And of course, this tornado warning is in effect. And we're going to stay on throughout the 10 o'clock show tonight. We're going to hit what we call an ID, station ID, here in just a few moments. And Nathan, if my eyes deceiving me, those are the only two severe warnings we have: the tornado warning and that severe thunderstorm warning. That's it. That's all we have. And then there's more warnings in Oklahoma. Those may follow suit into western and southwestern Arkansas. It has been an active night. Let me do a quick recap before we hit the top of the hour. We've had a tornado in Hot Springs Village that has produced some damage. No injuries, no fatalities. Certainly some good news. Some very large hail. We've received some pictures as Nathan is pulling up here. Lots of large hail reports and some power outages. Haven't seen many here around the Little Rock area, but big hail has certainly been the story tonight. Large hail in Garland County, tennis ball sized hail. Lots of reports of nickel and penny and quarter, and even some baseball hail from some of these severe thunderstorms as they have moved over the same areas. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. THV 11 News at 10 o'clock is coming up in just a moment. Like I said, we're going to stay with the weather scenario tonight. The weather is the main story. We mentioned that we would have to have we would deal with severe weather today. We certainly have been these last few hours as storms started in northwest Arkansas. They've moved into central Arkansas, producing a tornado, Garland in Garland County, Saline County near Hot Springs Village, and a tornado-warned storm in Pulaski County. And we still have one here in Montgomery County. This is near the Mount Ida area. Let's get a little bit more information about this. Nathan, what have you seen or heard from the Weather Service about that particular cell?
Tom, they have not mentioned any more about that cell, but looking back at Storm Track 11, I have gone back about 15-20 minutes with a rotation tool. This is the pinpoint rotation that we like to refer to as on Storm Track 11. So this is why they went with a tornado warning, because we had a cell that developed very quickly over Polk County. And there you see Storm Track 11, where you see the blue. But watch what happens as we go throughout time here. And let me rewind that. There we go. And take it through step by step. This cell developed very quickly in Polk County. There you see the blue around Big Fork. And then once it got past Big Fork, it just really started to intensify very quickly. There's the green. And then we even had some brighter green. And that's why they did issue that tornado warning, because that rotation did maintain itself, even a little bit of yellow. So there might have been a quick touchdown right when that yellow shows up, and now it has continued to weaken. We've lost the green, we're starting to lose the blue, but as we know, this is a supercell thunderstorm once again, and it could try to recycle somewhat, although it is running into some more competition with all the storms to the north. So I think for the most part, this will likely not be extended into northwest Garland County. It's going to have a tough time maintaining its strength. There is the latest scan with the winds looking into the storm with our radar technology, and there's not anything that's really clear versus what was happening just about 15 minutes ago. This is from the Fort Smith radar, but you can clearly see those colors really stood out like a sore thumb as it made its way just to the south of Odin, and now that rotation is just to the south of Sims. I'm going to switch it over here to the Little Rock radar to see if we're still seeing something, and there's definitely still some inflow just to the north of Mount Ida. So Mount Ida, you're under that tornado warning. You still need to stay in your safe place, but certainly between Sims and Mount Ida, that's where the rotation of this storm is located. And if there's something happening right now, it's going to be in that location.
Yeah, right in here. Again, it was an area affected earlier tonight by a supercell thunderstorm that tracked toward the Little Rock area. We've had several tonight, and the main concern has been the large hail, but we think we had a touchdown in Hot Springs Village with the reports of some damage. Luckily, no injuries. Hopefully, they were brief. If they touched down, they didn't last long. Tornado warning remains in effect for Montgomery County, parts of Yell County tonight, and that's going to take us, here it is 10:03, it's going to take us to about 10:30 tonight. And notice just to the north, we've got quite a bit of rain. It's heavy at times, and as this line catches up with this cell, it may tear it apart a bit and or merge and just become more of a heavy rainmaker. On upstream, we've got Pulaski County, Little Rock. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning here for the likelihood of some hail. The hail's been the main problem. The green box indicates where we've had flash flooding. So flash flooding tonight. We've had severe weather. We've had large hail and a tornado. And there it is right there. This is the couplet we're talking about. A little broader perspective. Here's Mount Ida. There's Sims. And this is Storm Track 11 moving to the northeast as that whole line that's to the north with heavy rain continues to move slowly to the south. Now, South Arkansas, I need to say this tonight. I mentioned it'd probably be a fairly long night. Untapped. The atmosphere is prime here for some strong to severe thunderstorms. We are seeing cells develop and lift to the northeast. There's one near Pulaski County. We're getting some heavy rain downtown Little Rock right now. And over in Oklahoma, southeast Oklahoma, more storms here. Severe thunderstorm warnings in association with those. And the cold front is lagging. It's a very slow moving front. It should make some inroads late tonight and tomorrow. Northern counties right now have been lifted from the tornado watch. We still have a tornado watch here in central Arkansas, and we could see more development over south central and southwest Arkansas, where that tornado watch extends until midnight tonight. And I think we'll probably see it after midnight into early tomorrow morning. If we go to Max 2, we can show you those severe weather watches as we have them. Yellow counties, tornado watch. Those northern 3 rows of counties have been eliminated, and the counties that you see in magenta, those are severe thunderstorm watches. But right now, southeast and eastern Arkansas not under any kind of watch at this time, but that could certainly change. Let's go back to Max 1 and talk more about that tornado warned storm. Nathan.
It's just one lone storm that has a tornado warning with it, Tom, and we do also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski County into Lonoke County. That's for the potential of some wind and also maybe some hail. That's still packed with quite a bit of lightning. There's your hail now tool. So there's no huge hail cores that are producing, say, baseball size or tennis ball size hail. It looks like for the most part, it's pea to dime size, maybe quarter size hail with the one cell over Montgomery County that's tornado warned, and also there could be some hail happening, looks like, for you folks into northern parts of Pulaski County, right around Gibson, Macon, Warsaw, approaching Jacksonville, and very close to Sherwood. We're looking at the winds within that cell, not seeing anything really too intense, but certainly looks like you could see a gust of maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour with that severe thunderstorm warning, although it's pretty quiet on the western edge of that warning. So all of our attention is on this tornado warning that still remains in effect until 10:30 for Montgomery County. And the National Weather Service has not said anything more about it, except they continue to hang on to that tornado warning. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado warning, so nothing has been confirmed, but there's definitely still some rotation with this cell. So once again, those same areas that had to deal with the supercell about 2 hours ago, you're dealing with tornado safety precautions. Once again, you want to take this seriously just in case something does come from the cloud, and it would be very close to Gibbs, Ouachita, Story, Highway 27, Highway 298, and we'll zoom in here on some roads. We've got Big Branch Road, Cripple Owl Road. We also have Over the Hill Road. So any of those locations around Gibbs, Ouachita, and Story, you do have a thunderstorm that may produce a tornado at any moment. And if it is a tornado, it most likely will be pretty brief, I would guess, Tom.
This was the area affected earlier tonight, just a couple of hours ago, with another tornado-warned storm. Really the same area, the same locations, Odin, Pencil Bluff, there's Gibbs and Story. And this is where the area that Nathan's talking about. We talk about velocity. This is our velocity mode. We see winds blowing toward radar, winds blowing away. What you see is the color red and the color blue, but this tells us where the rotation is within that thunderstorm, that severe thunderstorm. Strong updraft could produce some hail and quite possibly a tornado. We expected a tornado or two today with the way the Storms Prediction Center had issued the advisories over the last few days. So this is turning out to be a little bit of a severe weather day.
And we've been pretty lucky, Tom, because we've only had one tornado for 2024. So with the tornado that happened most likely in Hot Springs, that makes it two.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Weather Service will be out first thing in the morning. They'll be gathering data. We've heard from folks in Hot Springs Village that were impacted by the storms moving over the heart of Hot Springs Village and a lot of those neighborhoods. So I'm sure we'll come back with some roof damage and some trees and power lines down. There have been some power outages tonight. Not as many in Pulaski County, but a few here and there because of the storms. We've had lots of reports of hail. We've invited you to send pictures our way. Continue to do that. If you have a photo you'd like to share with us, just text it on over to 501-376-1111 and be sure you include your name and who you are, but we want you to do it safely. You know, if you're under a warning, don't go out until the storm has passed by. Again, we're going to keep an eye on this cell moving to the northeast, 30 miles an hour, eventually affecting Gibbs over to Ouachita and Story. Waiting word from the National Weather Service on if they're going to continue this morning. The storm is going to be absorbed by the area of rain to the north, thus putting an end, we hope, to the severe weather threat. But South Arkansas tonight through early tomorrow will have an opportunity for some strong thunderstorms. That's not going to go away until tomorrow. Very slow moving weather system moving across the state. Nathan?
Looking at the cloud top with this cell, Tom, still has a cloud top of 50,000 feet. So it's still packing a punch.
Very formidable.
And until we see that cloud top drop, this cell is still maintaining its strength over Montgomery County as it makes its way into northeast Montgomery County. When we take a look at the rotation tool on Storm Track 11, still seeing a little bit of blue, but certainly not the green, not the bullseye of green that raises our concern level. Nonetheless, you're still under tornado warning in that part of Montgomery County. Stay in your safe place, Gibbs, Ouachita, Story, until this tornado warning is allowed to be canceled early or will expire by 10:30. It's still showing a little bit of rotation. When we take a look at it here, it's still there.
Right there.
Just in between, if you draw a triangle from Sims, Story to Mount Ida, it's right in the middle of that triangle. Not anything that really screams out to me that says there's a tornado on the ground, but
yeah,
we just have to be careful and be smart.
Certainly some rotation. That's what we've seen tonight. We've seen a lot of rotation out of these storms, and they've been producing the big hail. Max 2 will have the counties under the tornado watch. We still have that to deal with tonight. And Montgomery County right here, tornado warning is in effect. Counties to the north are now out of the tornado watch, which is certainly some good news. Northern couple of rows of counties. Heavy rain is now becoming the main focus here over north central and central Arkansas, but southeast and southwest Arkansas. If you're picking us up down around Arkadelphia, Camden, or even Pine Bluff, we still have a little ways to go tonight before you're in the clear. 2 warnings for you: severe thunderstorm warning in effect, and the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Yell, Montgomery, and Garland County. Did I see that they expired the tornado warning?
It seems like they did. So let's go back over to, yes, they canceled that. Let's go back over to Max 1 because there is an update with the one over northern parts of Pulaski County. They see a little rotation, so they've gone ahead and done a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible with that one over Pulaski County, Lonoke County, and into southern parts of Faulkner County. So just be aware of that. We will watch that cell very closely, and if another tornado warning is issued, we'll certainly let you know.
All right, so yeah, it's been a night. It's going to continue to be a bit of a night, and since our tornado warning has been allowed to expire, I'll ask our producer Kevin if he would just like for us to continue with our weather talk, or do we want to work in our news anchors into the fold here? Okay. All right, well, we'll do that. We'll just cover weather. Let's just do an around the state look, folks, and let's update you on what's going on. There are the warnings that we have. We've got an area of rain, heavy at times now, sinking into central Arkansas, thus hoping to put an end to our severe weather threat in the next hour or so. Rain, heavy at times over parts of north central and northern Arkansas. The frontal boundary still way out to the west. It's going to be moving in later on tonight and tomorrow. I think it's going to be tomorrow morning early before we see it move, let's say northern Arkansas by noon, 1 o'clock for central Arkansas. We still have some very impressive supercell thunderstorms. Look at all of this lightning. More storms in southeast Oklahoma. Those storms will move into southwest Arkansas, and so we'll have to keep an eye on the tornado risk for those areas. All in all, this rain, or this line of rain and thunder, is slowly drifting to the south and will hopefully cut off some of the mechanisms for severe weather across central Arkansas. All right, so there you go. A number of lightning strikes right now, 930. That's a lot of lightning happening here in around the state. And we've had quite a few severe weather reports tonight as well. We'll go ahead and update you on that. Severe thunderstorm warning continues over in Montgomery County till 11, and a severe thunderstorm warning now in extreme southwest Arkansas. Let me cover the severe reports real quick, then we'll pitch to Faith and Rowley. Lots of hail, guys, has been falling across the region to go along with that tornado reported tonight. So we'll send things back to Rowley and Faith for a little update on the news.
Tom, great work, and Nathan, you as well. It has indeed been a busy night for our weather team. We appreciate you sticking with us and with them as we go through this bumpy weather. We've gotten reports, Faith, as we've seen the weather team mentioning of what appears to be a tornado touching down just outside the west gate of Hot Springs Village. Earlier this evening, I talked to emergency managers there in Garland County. They say that it tore the roof off of a building there right along that stretch, right where the Walmart is. There are numerous power lines down, and the last check of the website Power Outage US was reporting 5,500 customers were without power in that part of the area.
All right, now emergency managers and the National Weather Service are responding to a lot of the damage in Hot Springs. Now, the good news, no reports of injuries, but again, we will keep you updated. Now, a check of the power outages in the area. Right now, we are seeing around 12,000 statewide, but as you can see, a big chunk in Garland County with nearly half of the state's outages there.
I want to take a moment to make sure you're connected with us in the event of the severe weather continuing. You heard Nathan mention it. You want to have something to wake you up if another one of these storms comes down on you. THV11 app, it needs to be installed on your smartphone.
And keep that phone charged, so if you lose power, you'll still get the latest updates from our team. It's free, easy to download, and available on both the App Store and Google Play.
We're going to take a break, let the weather team catch their breath. We'll have some headlines for you right after this.